giving meaningful errors is a topic that's really interesting. So I've been lately on a project where we are going to update business or create business partners and customers in an ECC system using the master data management APIs. We don't really have it, but apparently we can activate it somehow. And it works in some cases. We are able to create customers on partners, build to partners, whatever, using the test tool, send in a dummy XML, and it will create the customer the right way. Then we wanted to obviously do it from PI, because there's no really reason to have a manual XML uploading and stuff like that. So we wanted to automate it, obviously. So I started out doing my mapping, going through their document and my document, and try to combine those two values and figure out, so if they have put in these things in, okay, I'll hard code all the values they have. And they had a lot of null values, so I had to skip those and try to map all the other ones. But I kept getting an error said conversion failed, invalid input format, and then it would have been really nice if it would have shown me what field it was, or what parameter it was, or what it was expecting and what it couldn't convert, but it was just giving me this strange error. So now the developer have to go through and debug and figure out which field are we missing in this one. So there's obviously some custom code in this part and creating the partners correctly. So maybe it's in that part, maybe it's in some obscure place in the SAP system that is checking these things and says, I don't understand it, and then somewhere around the information comes back to the user, it's just being cancelled. So that is a bit frustrating that we can create it and it looks good, but we are not getting the information back. I think that I guess that is really a valid point whenever you're creating any interface, that whatever you're trying to return back as an error to the user, at least in the development phase and the support phase, it needs to be meaningful and something that the user can say, okay, this is what we have to do, or this is probably the problematic field, we need to fix something around this. Obviously, from a security perspective, there may be some errors that you would not want to release, but something that's released as a public API, you need to get those information easily, so people can see this field is not valid. Those are the errors that we have, and I've seen that for some of the fields where some fields is missing and say name one is not filled in, language is not working, and those I can live with and deal with and create. But something that doesn't really say anything is a bit frustrating. And I think from a customer perspective, it's also frustrating to have to pay for consultants to go through and debug whatever code is happening, because it's not being positioned outside. And obviously this could be some custom code that we have created in the process, or it could be some standard and something that filters out these errors. So it's frustrating, but I guess that's what we'll be working on and trying to figure out. So is this also something that you're seeing, that some of the error codes could be improved in a way that makes it a lot easier for customers to see what's going on when you're developing against these APIs? If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you would give me a like. It makes my day to see that someone is having the same problems and the same frustration. So hit the like button. Thank you.